Hey everybody, what's going on? Helmite here, bringing you another video from Grab the Lantern today. First, I did want to address my absences over the past couple of Fridays. I'm sorry, a couple of things have come up over the last few weeks, seemingly always on Friday, and I haven't had an opportunity to get a video up on those days. That is abnormal. I should be back on my regular schedule starting with this week. Again, I apologize for the missed videos. We should be back on schedule starting right today. Anyways, moving on to the topic of today's discussion is Ardent Censer, the item everyone seems to love to hate nowadays. I believe it's currently in too strong a spot, as I think most of us do, especially given that tank supports like Trundle are creatively finding ways that they can build it and actually use the effect. I think that is an indication of a problem with the item itself, in that even tank supports, who ostensibly would favor itemization that makes them more durable, like Knight's Vow or Locket, are instead rushing Censer. And I think the biggest issue is the Enchanter supports, who can use it most effectively, are rushing it to the exclusion of everything else. Sightstone is not even the first item they go for. They literally go straight for Ardent Censer. I think all of these are indications that it is perhaps too strong at the moment, I would say. Ardent Censer, I believe, is in a little bit of a strong spot if that's how far we're going with the item. So basically, I want to address why it's so good, why everyone loves it so much, and what we might be able to do to change the item to make it better. Right now, the biggest issue I have with the item is it's actually incredibly gold efficient for its cost. Now, it's only 92.94% gold efficient just by itself when you finish it, but the second you enchant, you buff an ally using its unique passive, it suddenly jumps up to 136.42% gold efficiency and scales up with level as you are able to grant your ally more magic damage on hit, up to a total of 169% gold efficiency. Effectively, if you build an Ardent Censer and you shield or heal a single ally, you have a full item and a half up on your opponents if you have your Ardent Censer completed. If you're buffing multiple allied champions with Ardent Censer, with something like Janna Monsoon or Karma Defiance shields, you have a lot of value generated out of a single item. I think that is possibly a little crazy, and I think that's kind of a big reason for why people hate the item at the moment, because it's insanely gold efficient, especially if you're able to stack that on multiple allies. Now, the actual effects, it grants the bonus attack speed, up to 35% bonus attack speed, which is a lot of bonus attack speed, as well as the bonus magic damage on hit that then heals your allies that are auto-attacking. And this is sort of hyper-synergizes with itself is the problem. The ally gets bonus attack speed. Because of their bonus attack speed, they're able to proc the healing and the bonus damage more, and it ends up being very ridiculous, especially on the right champions like Tristana, who already have very, very high attack speed through things like Rapid Fire. You add on top of that supports who are already shielding them, doing something they would normally do anyways, and that just greatly exacerbates the problem. So someone like Janna, who casts Eye of the Storm on a Tristana, well, Tristana now has a ton of bonus AD, a ton of bonus attack speed, and healing, all without actually needing to have built any of those stats herself. And that, to me, is the problem, as it greatly enables the hypercarry playstyle. I'm fine with hypercarries getting a lot of shields on them and getting a lot of buffs on them, but the amount of buffs they're getting through a single Ardent Censer is too high, especially given that Ardent Censer can be applied to the whole team. So if you have one or two other auto-attackers on the team, Ardent Censer just becomes insane to use. The biggest thing for me about Ardent Censer is it needs to lose some kind of gold efficiency. It needs to not be such a one-stop shop item, I feel. So the biggest thing for me is that I think it needs to lose the healing, I would say. I'm fine with the bonus attack speed, and I'm fine with the magic damage on hit. Those buffs are fine to me. It's the fact that the healing is on top of it seems unnecessary, and seems like it's part of what makes the item very, very effectively strong, because you're able to heal, and if you're in a shield, then you're not even losing any health in the middle of a fight. So unlike drain tanking, where you're kind of trying to heal off damage that's being dealt, you're just flat out gaining health because you have a shield on you at the moment. I think a part of the other problem is that Ardent Censer is showing just how effective shield stacking is in the current meta. I know Lulu was nerfed a few patches ago because of how effective she was at just kind of stacking shields on your AD carry and letting them live forever. But I think part of the issue as well is that Ardent Censer is showing you just how effective it is to stack shields, as well as granting the AD carry the buff. So I think that Ardent Censer is overpowered. I do think it needs to be nerfed. I think, however, Riot need to be looking at ways of countering excessive shielding. A notion I've been kicking around is that excessive shielding shields should be affected by grievous wounds as well as healing. So that means if someone is grievously wounded and you cast Janna E, the Janna E is only at 40% effectiveness or whatever the grievous wounds reduces it to. I believe it's 40%. So that way you do have some kind of outlet to help. I would also love to see perhaps if there was an item created that helped reduce or remove shields. I was thinking of Wrecker possibly being reworked into a, if you play Overwatch, a Sombra ultimate-like ability where when activated, it removed all shields on enemy champions within a radius. That would mean that as you're diving an AD carry, when the Janna's trying to keep them alive, you're able to use the EMP, or the Wrecker, basically, to remove any of the shields and make quick work of them as they're no longer able to be protected. I think that would be an interesting item, and I think it could be a good release valve, but I think for the moment, at the very least, Ardent Censer does need to be changed. It's in too good of a spot, and I don't think we want to wait too long on a more systemic solution to excessive shielding being developed. I think we just need to nerf the item here and now and move on from there. Go ahead and let me know your guys' thoughts on Ardent Censer down in the comment section below. I know a lot of people do hate it, but if you are a big fan of the item, go ahead and let me know why. Or if you have any other ideas for nerfing Ardent Censer in maybe creative ways, go ahead and let me know that as well. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you really enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. I upload a video every Monday, Friday, and on patch days as well. Once again, thank you guys so very much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will talk to you all later.